The NPP, minority in parliament, led by the deputy minority leader, who is also the MP for Asokwa, I friend Patricia Apiej, One Wijagbawefor MP, I friend Ahmed Jerry, Ababeye press conference. Na utumi hune said they are still talking about Goldbod in Sensem no. No problem. Me pesi ekoko tie nsemu a womoka. Niema Ghana for ehundie eko. Yenti nsemu.
Those charges are discontinued through nolle prosequi. And then he was from defendant to protector. But Goldbod is not alone. The governor of the Bank of Ghana must also be raising. The governor of Bank of Ghana must also answer serious questions. The governor was elevated by President Mahama, and before the elevation, he was one of the beneficiaries of the Attorney General's nolle prosequi. He faced charges for his previous role at the central bank. Those charges are discontinued through nolle prosequi, and then he was elevated to governor. He faced the institution that funds the Gold for Reserves program, the institution whose balance sheet bears the $214 million loss, the institution that should have provided rigorous oversight. Under governor's watch, these losses occurred. Excessive fees were allowed. Trading losses mounted. Controls failed. And when the IMF exposed these losses, the Bank of Ghana issued press release dismissing the IMF's concern defense instead of scrutiny. As governor, he must answer what oversight did the bank provide? When did they become aware of losses? Why defend and deny rather than investigate? Who approved the off-takers' contracts? And critically, as someone who benefited from the nolle prosequi, does he not see the public concern when accountability questions arise again around politically exposed actors?
Now I'm seeing a clear path here, and I'm going to talk about my observations. Okay, I'm going to talk about my observations. Might be 2 or 3 or 4 or many, depends on how this conversation is going to go. But Mr. When your first time or subscribe and click the notification bell on this one. We understand latest news be aba on sa ebeka. Na miguswa kaimo se utie me wa wefu eso. Opese wefu ko form 10 book na e screen so na me recommend ama. Book no betra onyama miensa untumi di so pepepe for 1 month a obe unse nya wefu beba form. Me amene mo kase yembre bi na mefu ni and the same person me amefu eni. Enye edro eye book no. Obeme biano se wefu sha se form you are going to see how energetic you become. So wefuswa the book ni be 055-807-4986. The book is just 100 cedis. Free and our WhatsApp is our number way. Ubenya book no ni PDF and I say ni tree video and I say the ever video. If you want the hard copy and all the other versions of the book, there is a link in the comment box. You can click on it. That one you don't have to call. You are going to get the book. Now, these are my observations. Clearly, it looks like Mamino, she knows nothing about the documents are working kind. It is my observation, right? One of my observations, no NSA. It looks like she knows nothing about documents now working, kind of. Okay. 2, it looks like there is an agenda to sustain a forced narrative on this whole Goldbod issue. 3, it looks like Ghana for ababetin semaseno NPP for epese omo align. And I'm going to speak on all these observations. These are the observations Aminya from Aminin Semwa Walkano. I'm going to speak on all these observations and then all the things I'm saying. If there are more observations, I'll add them as we are going. Now, the first observation, Osha senya Mamin walking kanya di and senya mekana clearly Ubehun is asye ya di asheninsa and ye catching the brana bra be ready. And ka se sana eti, but Osha senya west nibi. Because Mimi Susu says, or no one or Troye, and on one will name their walker. Certain ways be what I say, and semi be send your walking kind or send ya or go over some of the ways, no, and semi be a walk and a clear lube as I say, onim hushe. Okay, that's my first observation. But probably, maybe I am wrong. I could be wrong, and all that. Second, you see, NPP4 are trying as much as possible to maintain this. I say, yempe jangum, yemfa jangum, let us sustain this narrative. Yemfa jangum, yema Ghana fonti asiyese, eye kanaba, eye kanaba, eye kanaba. Meanwhile, Mama wati asiyese, saadie we ya more can say $214 million. Say ye kakrana. In business, ye free be opportunity cost. And a simple thing, and they say, oh, you're a taxi driver. Ansa na woka ne betumi aye adwuma edisika ebebre no e wo se wote wa wosika e de to fuel egu kanim e opportunity cost san ye friend no e wo business mu and am say sika na wo invest e de ato fuel egu kanim no se wo de kan ne nante a car no ebema anankrofo beba betina kanim awie no mo atua wo ka ekana ye betua no at the end of the day sa ekano obeti ufu na frim na we hu say okay me make this amount of money. Bank of Ghana asem o kan and say ye no NND ye audit ye records ema ye hu nsem ni mu ni na nwie ye ma ye hu say oh ye kana aba anase enye eka. But as we are speaking right now no sa 214 million ya more can. IMF nankasa ka say a off tickets fee and the likes no. You see, there was a result. Result ne say yenya over $10 billion in. Inti even if a year campoa se ma spend 2 cedis na me de atofu wo legu mekanim na me twika ne sa day na me make it 200 cedis. It is just not commonsensical. So obeka say maboka 2 cedis and maboka 20 cedis because our 20 cedis na bia me di tofu well no me di koye adwuma no me nya mfa so 200 cedis inti me mboka. And so if you are still sustaining that narrative so ope say Ghana for ehun say ye ka without looking at the other side, you are not being real to yourself. It will say the NPP is desperate. They want to sustain that narrative. Eyeka. Meanwhile, they have people in their party explaining it for them. But still, you say Ghana for who say eyeka. But you see, nini nemunomi emede. And the third observation, and they say, now they are including the Bank of Ghana boss. And clearly, when they say NPP for no, they have something against the Bank of Ghana boss. Clearly. Okay, they have something against the Bank of Ghana boss. No one actually knows why. Because Emra NDC by a Bank of Ghana boss no, the selecting no, they held a press conference against the Bank of Ghana boss. And this press conference in so person much say and the Bank of Ghana boss no, and they say o krana nanki yecho Attorney General we buy no baby jail no be nanki yecho no the Indiana wasan so akwakobo maneka. Basically that's what they are trying to say. So clearly you see that they have something with this Bank of Ghana boss. They have an issue with the Bank of Ghana boss, right? But and only their own cup of tea. But you see, there is a shift they were blaming Sami Gyamfi. Even their own people are today coming out to say Sami Gyamfi has done no wrong. And so it looks like they want to realign and now include the Bank of Ghana boss and all that. But Yaman Crofati Adianase. Eyame de se ende Ghana Fuati Goldbod in Sensemasi ye Emma ende Ghana Fuankasa ena eye videos. Etia NPP. Enam sawa mojanda minsemi. They should let it go. No matter the number of press conferences they are going to do, they should let it go. Emfa, it is not going to hold water. Inti yema mi nim obi a wakatren so wamra be press conference no, but unyai manenka. Emfa Ghana Fuati Goldbod in sensem na se Ghana fu hu the benefit of Goldbod no e de abreye. Enye de obeka ene bema Ghana fu hu ne se. But you see, for people a momo ball mine ka koye gold for oil la yin hu faso bia no. For you to come stand in front of us to be saying things like this. NPP for this is very rich coming from you guys. Extremely rich. Charlie, this is very rich. More a car more ball my way. And then these same people are going around like, hey, Nyankopon kwane no kwai for. You see, Emrana MP NDC wo opposition na me can be say. Send nanka me feel say NDC enye nyema bi won. Nanka NDC nye sa ade no. You see, we are one of those things. O share the scandal say see under President Akufo-Addo na sa time NDC for funny cool no. Won say we enye scandal crowd. Now so say na omo asom de den a omo peso mu pia because otu say omo ahwehwe scandal a che omo nya. Some person mu pushing pia. Hey, MVP for. We have one try your comment box ni why we say.